All right, let's jump right in. You're shopping for an inverter, you see that big 3000 watts printed on the box, and you think, great, that's plenty of power. It feels like the most important number, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on what that number doesn't tell you and why those hidden details are absolutely critical for a system that's not just powerful, but also safe. So let's ask the big question right up front. When you see 3000 watts, what does that really mean for your setup? Does it mean you can just plug anything in and it'll work? As you're about to find out, that number is really just the tip of the iceberg. You see the promises all the time. Powers all your heavy-duty appliances. But the reality, that only works if the surge capacity, the efficiency, and crucially, your wiring are all up to the task. And the idea that it's just a simple plug-and-play solution? Honestly, that kind of thinking can be dangerous. An improper setup isn't just a hassle. It can lead to wrecked components or even a serious fire risk. Okay, so to choose wisely, we've got to speak the language of power. We're about to break down the three terms that really matter, the ones that tell you what an inverter can actually do: continuous power, surge power, and efficiency. First up, continuous power. Now, think of this as the inverter's marathon pace. It's the steady, reliable power it can deliver all day, all night, without overheating or even breaking a sweat. This is your baseline, the number that matters for everything you run for more than a few minutes. But then you have surge power. This is the inverter's all-out sprint. It's that massive, quick burst of energy needed to get things with motors started, like a refrigerator or a well pump. That fridge might only use 200 watts while it's humming along, but it could demand over 1,200 watts for just a second to kick on. If your inverter can't deliver that surge, that fridge is basically just a very cold box that does nothing. And that brings us to a really important one: efficiency. See, an inverter's whole job is to take DC power from your batteries and turn it into the AC power your stuff uses. But here's the catch: that conversion process is never perfect. Efficiency tells you how much of your precious battery power actually gets to your appliance and how much just gets wasted. And you might be surprised how much gets wasted. A pretty good inverter might be 90% efficient. That sounds great, but it also means 10% of the energy you pull from your batteries is literally vanishing into thin air as heat. That's a huge deal. Over time, that's just draining your batteries for no reason. It means less runtime for you. All right, enough theory. Let's get practical. Let's walk through a simple 5-step guide. This is how you go beyond the sticker on the box and actually size an inverter system that's going to work right and, more importantly, be safe. So, step 1, add up the wattage of everything you want to run and pay very close attention to those big startup surges. 2, account for that efficiency loss. Remember, to get 3,000 watts out, you might need to pull 3,300 watts or more in. 3, make sure your batteries can actually deliver that much current safely. 4, peek inside if you can. The build quality, the size of the heat sinks, the quality of the parts, it all matters. And finally, step 5, and this one is non-negotiable: use the right size wire. Seriously, this is a huge safety issue. Now, this formula from step 3, it might look a little intimidating, but it is your best friend. This tells you exactly how many amps your batteries are going to be spitting out. This isn't just some abstract math problem, it's a critical safety check. It tells you if your battery is even capable of the job, and it's how you figure out what size cables and fuses you need to keep things from, well, melting. Getting this wrong is one of the top ways people damage their systems. And that leads us perfectly into the stuff that most product reviews just completely ignore: the hidden dangers. Look, building a powerful system is fun, but building a safe system is everything. Let's talk about the risks you absolutely need to know. These are the classic mistakes. Trying to surge past the inverter's limit can instantly fry the expensive components inside. Using wire that's too skinny for the job is a massive fire hazard. Those things can get red hot. Running your inverter at 100% all the time is just asking for it to die an early death from heat stress. And please, please, whatever you do, use the right fuses and breakers. They are the only things standing between a simple mistake and a total disaster. They are your safety net. And I have to pause here and be perfectly clear. This stuff is no joke. Electrical work can be incredibly dangerous. This is all for educational purposes, and for your actual project, you should always, always consult with a qualified professional. Your safety is the #1 priority, period. So, what's the big picture here? How do we put all these pieces together? The real goal isn't just to buy the inverter with the biggest number on it. It's to build a smarter system, a complete system where power, safety, and reliability all work together. And that's really the main takeaway. A great power system isn't about one number. It's a balanced ecosystem. It's about knowing your real-world loads, using the right wires and fuses, and picking an inverter built with quality parts that can actually deliver what it promises, not just for a second, but for years to come. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about for your own setup. It's really easy to get caught up chasing peak power, the biggest wattage you can find. But have you put that same amount of energy into designing for peak safety? Because at the end of the day, a system you can't trust isn't powerful at all.